house, and she said the cop opened the fridge to see if they had food and made a joke. It was like, oh, well, there's ice cream in the fridge, so you guys are good. and left after that. She said that she has been dealing with this for 16 years. 16 years.
Man.
Yeah. 16 years. So just let that sink in. 16 fucking years of going through this shit. Holy shit. That is, I honestly, I can't imagine having to go through something like, we've dealt with Tyke for about a year. Can you imagine 16 years in person, like in real life, dealing with this guy? Holy shit! But yes, that's a good idea. Yeah, Robert, good point. Yeah, Xander, if you have a computer, it'll probably be easier if you have a computer to join the Hangouts on your computer. If you don't, it's fine. You can still do it on your phone. What you'll do is you click the link. It'll ask you to log in, and then it should actually bring you right onto our Hangout. It actually should put you right on here. She did thank the show as well. She said, nobody has ever cared to hear their side of things. We're actually the first people to ever care about their side of things and want to give them a voice to talk about their side. So, they're not coming on here in a means of trying to start drama. They're coming on here to clear the name. Because let's be honest, Tyke has ran them in the ground for how long? I mean, especially his, his baby mom. I mean, we've all heard him talk about her for how long now? You know what I mean? So, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things where they want to speak their piece, they want to say their side of things, and it's going to get interesting. I mean, that's the most I could say. I mean, if that story alone that she told me was like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? It's Tyke seems like a pretty fucked up individual. That's the best way I can put it. Honestly, pretty fucked up individual. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Okay. Hold on. Alright. Hold on, I'm checking into something real quick. Like Xander says, I'm trying to join. Okay, it's still okay. What's happening when you click the link? We'll start there. What happens when you click the link? Okay, go here. Has Tyke started and ended his fifth or sixth live stream yet, or? Oh shit.
Well, while you were gone, I did click it on to watch, and I seen him showing his phone, so I chimed in and said, "Dude, don't show the link." And I think he did anyway.
Don't show the what? The link?
The Hangouts link, yeah.
Do you know how long that link is, Larry?
No idea.
I don't think anybody's gonna want to.
No. Okay.
I don't think anybody's worried about the link, Larry. Nobody has the time to type out that whole fucking link to try to join just to get roasted on. I don't think any troll would even think about it. Yeah, no troll would do that. But okay, here's what we'll do. Worst case scenario, what we might just have to do is I might just have to drop Larry and Steve off and then use Hangouts to actually call the actual phone.
Okay.
So that's that. That's that. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, I don't I don't I don't know what he's doing. He's just over there live streaming. He's not even trying to join.
All right, hold on. Wait, Xander, which phone are you using? Because to join the Hangout, you're going to have to end your stream. It's not going to let you actually start the Hangout unless your stream's ended, because Google and YouTube are like the same app, the same program. So you're going to have to click the link.
Yeah. You can't be live streaming. And you're not going to be able to, like, add this to your live stream. You're going to have to get off of YouTube and come here. Yeah, it's not working because you're live on YouTube.
Xander, you have to end your stream. Either way, you got to end it, dude. You got to actually end your stream, or it's not going to let you join the Hangout.
Just send everyone over here to watch, dude. Anybody that's watching over there, just send them on over here.
Let's see, what is this? Hold on, somebody's messaging me on Facebook. Okay, now that it's ended. Now what you want to do is you want to click the link, and then it should take him to... It's been a while, because I just get invited. But it should take him straight to a sign-in page, right?
Yeah. Click
and if you have multiple email accounts, it'll ask you which account you would like to use, and you just click on whatever email account you want to use, and then it says join call, and you click the little green box that says join, and it brings you right into the Hangout.
Yeah,
I don't have multiple emails, so I've never actually gotten that little box.
No, I got like 3 different accounts. I got this account should fuck up and listen. I got the backup channel account, and then I got the church account. So I always got to pick one when it brings up that page. And wait, Larry, stop lying. You know you damn well you got multiple accounts.
No,
you got your main account, and you got your creep account.
No, I have 3 YouTube accounts, but only 1 email.
Wait a minute. The same email?
You have 3 YouTube accounts, but 1 email?
Yeah.
That's not even possible.
You don't have a different email account for each YouTube account?
No. Because when I'm signed in, I just went make new account, and you sign in with the same email and make a new, and I can switch back and forth between accounts.
Well, in the future, I would recommend making a new email account for each YouTube account.
Okay.
That's probably why you got so many issues with your fucking shit.
Well, not only that, but Google owns Hangouts, Google owns Gmail, and Google owns YouTube. So if you have a problem with any one of those and all your accounts are connected to that same thing, you're basically screwing yourself.
Okay.
They're like, oh yeah, all of this is the same guy.
Yeah, man. Damn Isaac, man. Damn super chat.
Right.
Fucking Larry, man.
I didn't know, man. I'm new to this.
Also, Larry, you gotta stop getting spooked when you get like a little error, man. I don't know, like why have you been on your Larry H channel?
Because when I go on to Chelsea's channel to start the live stream, the off the rails, and Google Hangouts said we can't use it. We're suspended.
He got a 48-hour suspension from Google Hangouts.
some shit like that. Yeah. And it was because
that'll be over tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I didn't end the
wait,
live stream
wait a minute,
before
Larry.
I tried to start another one.
Okay, wait a minute. Yeah. So if you got a suspension from Google Hangouts.
No, actually Chelsea did.
Okay.
Larry got it for her as a Valentine's Day gift.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the suspension for? I've never seen somebody get suspended from Hangouts.
I don't know. Mustang got a hold of them, and they said they don't have anything, like any records of us being, striked or anything. And the channel's not striked. It's when I go to, like, Chelsea could probably live stream on that by herself, but she can't use Google Hangouts because what had happened is we were in that one call. And instead of like a dumbass, I didn't hit end broadcast. I just hung up, and then I went to start the new one. And I guess they saw it kind of was doubled up, and they flagged it as spam or something like that. So when Mustang got a hold of them, they said, yeah, it takes like 48 hours to stay off of it. And I looked everywhere and didn't get an email about it, Yeah.
Have you tried going live on it?
No, I figured we'd wait, it's over tomorrow. You know what I mean? No, we did. I mean, I tried 3 times to go live on it.
And what did it say?
It said that I couldn't use Hangouts.
What was the exact wording? Like, I'm sure the error didn't say you can't use Hangouts.
No, it said you have lost your Hangouts privilege, some shit. And it said because of guidelines, but it didn't give me exactly why. And it was just one of those, did this help page? I could just give you a little bit of information. Said, did this help? So it didn't say specifically. And that's all we can get. I'm hoping it's 48 hours. Could be longer. I don't know. We'll try another day.
The hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was you screenshotting shit again or some shit?
No, fuck no. No, like I said, I think it's because I hung up the call, but I think the live stream was still going. And when I went to start the new live stream I had set up, it just threw a wrench in it. So it was definitely my fault.
Hangout said, "Oh no, Snapchat warned us about this Larry H guy."
Oh, shit. That's true. Oh, fuck. Oh,
I mean, because I've done that before, like hung up on the call without ending the stream. I hit the wrong button. No.
Oh, fucking Larry, man. Larry.
Yeah.
I don't know how you managed to get striked so many times, but in so many different ways that I've never heard of. Like, Larry has gotten striked 3 or 4 times on some shit I've never fucking heard of before. Like, when Larry got striked, he was like, yep, it says my channel's striked, I can't go live. But my channel's fine. I'm like, what the fuck?
There
You should be able to go live.
No strikes. I just lost my privilege for live streaming.
How do you keep losing? What are you actually doing?
That time, I played that Steve Vai video. And it came up as, it wasn't just a copyright, what were you saying, Steve?
Claim.
It wasn't a copyright claim. That they straight up, I guess AMI, whoever owns the video, flagged me, and I lost my streaming privileges. But when I looked, I didn't actually have a strike. This still has no strike on the channel. But I lost my privileges, and I looked into that, and they said 90 days on that, no matter what, and I couldn't fight it, they said. So, yeah, I don't know why that keeps happening.
Yeah.
User error, I think, mostly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or you're on some really weird-ass, freaky fucking websites with your fucking Google account.
No, I'm pretty sure that was a bot detected that video.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I didn't play anything in the background. I just put it full screen and let it play. You know what I mean?
Larry, quick thing.
Yeah.
When you get striked, because you're doing something on YouTube, your channel gets striked, Larry, not your Google account. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, what did I say?
So that means that you would have to be something like, something that you're doing with your actual Google account is what's getting you striked repeatedly 4 times.
I don't do anything with it.
What kind of porn websites do you go to?
X Hamster and Chatterbait.
You hear that, Lori? Does Lori know what Chatterbait is?
I don't know. Probably. I don't talk to the girls.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Larry just looks, but he doesn't talk.
Nope.
Right. Yeah, sure thing, Larry. Sure thing. Larry's not talking.
Larry,
to
on
girls.
Chatterbait, do they get a notification when you screenshot that or screen record that?
I don't screenshot or screen record it.
Oh, shit. All right. I just had to invite them a different way by sending the invite email, so we should be getting somewhere here soon. Oh, fucking Larry. Wow. So Larry goes on Chatterbait, huh?
Dude, you know how much I hate typing? Of course I don't type.
How many times have you screenshotted?
None.
From Chatterbait?
None.
Is that good?
There we go. All right. What is up? Hold on. Let me put you guys on the big screen real quick.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
All right. We're good. All right. So, live, we have Sarah and we have Xander. They've been wanting to talk.
Yeah,
and Cannon. Okay, cool. We got a full house.
You're going to want to turn down the volume on the screen, or it's going to be a delayed replay of that.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Look, yeah. He got the headphones. He's ready. All right. Okay, so a lot has been going on, right? A lot's been going on. Aside from the fact that your father is completely fucking nuts.
Right.
It's wow. Okay, so where do we start? I guess here. Where do you want to start? Because, like, for instance, I know when I was talking to Sarah, she said she's been dealing with this for 16 years.
Yes.
Okay, so where would you guys want to start with this?
That's up to you.
Honestly, wherever you guys all, apparently a lot of people have questions, so whatever you guys got to ask, we'll answer.
Okay. All right, take us back 16 years ago. What started all of this?
Well, I guess we'll start from the divorce.
Okay.
I asked him for a divorce, and 2 days after that, I found him in the middle of the night in my bed.
Wait.
He wasn't supposed to be at the house, and he showed up there. That's pretty much started everything. Went to court. I paid $10,000 for an attorney to file for custody, got custody, because he stepped out of their lives. He didn't have anything to do with them up until
I was 12, and then
Xander turned 12, and I messed up. I've made mistakes. Xander was 12. Cannon was 8 years. No, he was almost 9. And we were at his brother's house, and he showed up there out of the blue. Decided that he wanted to say hi to his kids. I didn't quite agree with it, but I allowed it to happen because he is the father of them. And I will say this, the first thing Cannon said to him was, I have one question for you. Why did you grab my mom by the throat and throw her down the hallway? Things happened, blah, blah, blah. Let's go forward 4 years. I made a mistake and I used and I overdosed. Xander and Cannon both saved my life. Tyke has said on there that Xander was the reason. He's told him, you're the reason why your mom uses meth. You're the reason why your mom overdosed, all this stuff. But I will say this right now. Both of my boys saved my life. Literally, physically saved my life. And after that, I made it a vow. Here, let's get Cannon in the... Can't really see him. There we go. I made it a vow to make my life better, never allow them to be around that. Up until a year ago, Tyke had nothing to do with the kids at all, period. Never called, never sent letters, never, let's just say this, he owes $54,000 in child support.
Holy
wow.
Never paid a dime.
Wow.
He says he'll never pay a dime because he's on Social Security and they can't take his money. Okay, cool, whatever. I don't need his money because I can do it on my own.
Yeah, his SSI is mental disability.
Yeah, his SSI is
and
for
his back.
Paranoid, schizophrenic, with PTSD, all these like crazy random anxiety, personality disorder kind of shit.
Makes sense.
So last year, I was married for 12 years. And last year, actually February 14th, I found out that my husband at the time had hurt the kids and asked him if he could take the kids for a little while, giving them a chance. Mm-hmm. He took the chance, and here we are today with him running with it. And 2 months after they went with him, Xander came home and said, I can't do it, Mom. I don't want to be there anymore. Cannon wanted to stay. So Cannon stayed till
August.
No, Cannon, it was June.
July.
It was actually, yeah. It was July. Cannon called and said, Mom, please come and get me. I went and got him. And then Xander, being a 16-year-old teenager, decided he was going to go and experience the world as an adult, and he can do it on his own. Went to his dad's house, and a week ago, I don't know what happened exactly there, but a week ago, he shows up at my doorstep and says, I fucked up. I want to come home. That's all I got.
Okay. How did he actually make it from Tyke's house back to your house?
I contacted a friend while I was at school, asked them if they could come get me, and I had $30 in gas money, and my friend came through and picked me up and then dropped me off here. Not here, they dropped me off in the Dalles, which is right across the river, and I walked across the bridge and walked over here.
Wow. So you wanted to get you wanted to get out of there bad.
Yeah, it was I got myself into stuff that I didn't want to get into. Like, it was when I first went there, when I left here, I thought it was going to be better, but it was a mad downgrade, is what you could call it.
Okay. What kind of stuff made you want to leave so bad?
Come on. You said you would answer.
A lot of yelling. He was yelling at me, yelling at Gina all the time, and it wasn't just like a parent yelling at a child because they're in trouble. It was more like yelling because, I want to pick a fight. So just yelling. Or he hit me twice. I know he's hit Cannon. I don't know how many times, but
Wait.
he hit me twice.
Wait.
And
What do you mean?
what do you mean what?
He hit you?
Yeah, I told you that. But yeah, and
So I think another question needs to be asked as how he hit him and what caused him to hit him. Because you put hands on my child?
Mom, chill. But, and then I was literally, okay, so before I left here, I had social anxiety. Like, I didn't like being in big groups. I could barely go to high school football games. I had to hang out with 3 people, and we'd leave and go to the side of the football field by ourselves. Now, today, I tried going shopping with my mom and couldn't leave her side. I couldn't, in the store, I have worse social anxiety now because I wasn't around people. I was locked inside, only hung out with 2 people.
Or the fact that he has posted online and social media trying to pay people to come after my son. So now we can't go to the store without him turning around and looking behind him. Somebody's coming after him because his piece of shit father, who has had nothing to do with him, decides he's going to pay somebody when he makes no money.
Yeah.
What's he going to pay him with? So all of you that think you're going to get money from him, you ain't.
Yeah, sure.
So, when you say that, like, yelling and screaming in the house, you said that he also did this towards Gina. How often did this happen?
I physically hurt
Gina.
Gina.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Can go.
One time I was sleeping, and when I was with him, we lived in an RV, like this little tiny RV, a motorhome, and there's barely any room, and they're screaming top lungs. He's like in her face and everything, and all I hear is he's all like, "Shut up!" And I look behind. He grabs Gina's phone and chucks it at her face, and it almost hit her. It went right by the wall, and it was like crazy. And I've seen him kick a door in on Gina. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow.
So he definitely has a violent nature towards you guys and Gina as well when you guys were living there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. I spoke to your grandmother, and she had mentioned something regarding abuse. She said when you guys were younger, and then she said that she thinks there was still abuse happening, but she couldn't speak on it because she's not around. What do you have to say regarding that?
It's true. Like, it still happens. It did happen. It still does.
Well, it doesn't still does because we're not with him.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
Okay.
So what kind?
Physical and
Yeah, like what kind of things would he be doing? I guess that would be, that you would consider abuse.
With me, it was more mentally abuse. Like, he wouldn't really physically harm me because I feel like he was scared, honestly, because back in March when we did live with him on the coast, me and him got into a big fight because he tried accusing me of letting our stepdad, our ex-stepdad, beat him. And he tried accusing me of letting him do that. And so I told Tyke, and Tyke looked at me and told me that I need to step outside. And so we stepped outside. He got in my face and told me to hit him. And I grabbed a 2x4, went to go hit him in the head, and I stopped and realized, I was like, wait a second. This isn't right. And so I feel like he knows that I'll do something. So he more mentally abused me and made me feel like crap all the time. Like, he looked at me and told me that my mom's overdose was my fault, that if I didn't give her as much stress, she wouldn't be using dope. And at the time, if I wouldn't give her any stress, she wouldn't be using dope at all. So her overdose wouldn't be real.
Wow.
So he was trying to put it in your head that was your fault.
Yep.
How about with Cannon? Was there any any actual physical abuse with Cannon, or was that mostly verbal and mental as well?
Yeah, this one time when we were living with him in Madras, we were in this trailer. It was a trailer park, and we were living there. and I kept begging for him so I could go. I was like, "Can I go home? Can I go home? Just go live with my mom." He's like screaming his top lungs, "No, no, 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 no!" He chucked like he. I think he has like an anger issue with throwing stuff because like he threw his phone at me. He's almost thrown. He picked up a chair and threatened to beat me with it. And then he's grabbed me. He's thrown me up against the wall like multiple times, like back and forth. Just keep banging my head up against the wall.
When did that happen? When he was banging your head against the wall?
In Madras, it was when I was 10.
Back when I was in 6th grade and I'm a sophomore now.
Okay. Okay, so he is an active child abuser then.
Yes.
And he also abuses Gina.
Yes, I've seen it.
Mentally and physically.
When was the last time that you actually seen him do it physically?
Me? Right, actually, like 3 days before, she went to go walk outside as he was outside, and as soon as she walked outside, he looked behind him, and he said "F you" and completely slammed the door in her face, and it hit her in the face. Yeah.
I can say this from personal experience. When him and I moved, Xander was 6 months old, and when we moved to Spokane, we moved into an apartment, and I was working full time. He never worked. I came home from work and was holding Xander on my lap, and he was sitting in the chair, and I went and sat down on the floor next to him, and he kicked me in the face because I was 10 minutes late from coming home while Xander was in my lap.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was on a daily.
Wow. So, you guys have been dealing with this for a while then.
Yeah.
We have.
It's nonstop. The only difference now is that the boys don't physically have to see him every day, and they, thank God, in the last 16 years have only been around him, which is my fault because I've done everything I possibly can to keep him away from them and protect them from him. And the last 2 times that they have been around him is my fault because I asked him for his help when I was being stupid, which will never, ever happen again. Ever. Because we're living a good life. I mean, I'm teaching my children now how to be successful members of society. They're both A students. I mean, I've got 8 kids that I'm raising here, and he has the cops called on a weekly basis. They're here. He calls my work. He's blasted my phone number online, all of this. And guess who's still standing here? Guess who's still okay and still not going to let a single thing that anything he says affect me or my kids' life? That's me. Because
Good for
he's
you.
a piece of shit. What he says, he can say it online all he wants because I don't give a fuck. I know I'm doing right. I may cuss a lot like a sailor, which I'm working on that. Sorry. But I will protect my kids till the day I die. And I have more than just these 2.
So you said that the cops come once a week because of him calling them. What are some of the most recent stories you have of him calling the cops and sending them to your house? You know, for
Right
really no
after
apparent
I
reason.
literally 2 days after I left, I wasn't here. I came here, checked in, and I knew either Tyke or the cops were going to be here. And I wanted to hang out with one of my friends, and I was at my friend's house hanging out. And the next thing you know, I get a call, and I was snowed in because it snowed a bunch here. And I got a call, and they're, hey, this is Dallas or Clickitat County Police. We would like to talk to you about a couple of things. And then I was like, oh.
They literally came to my house and said that Xander was on a chain outside in the snow with no food and no water.
Wow.
They walked into the house. We showed him everything that was in the fridge, their bedroom, the entire house, what they have, everything they have. And he called Xander. He asked about his meds, about all this stuff that's like, I don't know. Sorry if I'm raising my voice. I'm like yelling because I'm excited about it.
No, you're good. You're good. So.
But yeah, that was less than a week ago.
He told the cops that he was tied up outside like a dog in the snow.
Yes. With no food and no water.
What would
And then
possess someone to say that?
This summer, it was like June.
Yeah, it was my
Babe, was it
There
June?
was a couple times that he called the police on my birthday.
Yeah, it was
Every birthday.
probably around June. He called and we had a police officer here because apparently Cannon had said that he wanted to murder me. And he was doing a welfare check on Cannon because he wasn't mentally stable or something. I have no idea. Cannon walked out there and he's like, no, I don't want to murder my mom.
So he pretty much tried to have you like swatted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To basically to destroy your birthday.
Xander said that this happens a lot on birthdays. Like he calls the cops on birthdays.
Hang on, yeah.
Okay, say that again.
I heard Xander in the background say something about this happening a lot on birthdays.
Yes.
Oh yeah, every birthday since he was
Six.
since he was 6, we had a cops at his birthday party because of Tyke.
Are you
Every
serious?
birthday.
Wow.
Yes.
Every birthday.
Because he didn't meet Cannon until Cannon was 8 years old.
And that was at my uncle's house because he showed up one day because we were living there for a little bit, and then he showed up one day and was like, I'm taking you kids. And then the next morning we had to get into his Honda Accord. And
Because he went and faked a profile. Faked. So I ended up going to jail, and he had made it into the jail as an attorney, served me with fictitious papers. When I got out of jail, I went and picked up the boys, and because it was all proved wrong. Well, when we were in Idaho, Cannon was 8 years old, which was the very first time that Tyke had ever met Cannon. And he had went to the Coeur d'Alene or Post Falls courts, filed for a restraining order against me and the boys when I was the only one with them, only parent they've ever had. They didn't even know him, and was granted a restraining order that he had lied about, like these crazy accusations that I would never even think of ever in my entire life. Well, he went to the judge and said, she's doing this. So any judge in their right mind, if this person was being truthful, then yes, absolutely, they deserve to get a restraining order. And he took Cannon, never even met him, and took him across state lines and said, I'm your dad, you have to live with me.
And that was the worst pain we've been through because that was scary. Because I looked at him when we first met it, or when he first walked in the house, and I told him, I was like, I don't believe you're my dad, because I still to this day don't look like him.
Wow. So Cannon hasn't had a normal normal birthday in years then. I mean,
No.
because he constantly has cops showing up at his birthday.
No. And then this last year, Cannon was with his dad, and I had tried contacting them over and over and over, and I don't know. He cut me out. He tried lying and telling Cannon that I didn't want anything to do with him. I wasn't going to bring him this or do anything, and it's just, I mean, to each their own. Tyke doesn't deserve to have a live stream where he's going to talk about, if he's going to talk about stuff that people care about or even don't care about, at least be truthful about it.
There's one thing I want to talk about. There is one subject I want to talk about, though, if you're fine with that.
Yeah, for sure. Go for it.
Okay, so the whole... Ooh, this is going to hit me hard. Sorry if I get emotional, by the way. The whole thing about my little brother and little sister getting molested. This happened when we were living in Spokane. I had a stepbrother. He's 18 now. He was 17 at the time.
No, he was 15.
15 at the time. And we didn't find out about this till last year. And he physically molested my little brother and little sister. And it was a big thing. And then we all found out. It was hard. And my little brother and little sister are still trying to get over it and go to counseling for it. And when he accused me for that, the only reason why I flipped out is because why would I ever touch my little brother and little sister? Why would I ever touch anybody? Like, no. And I wanted to clear that up because that was not me.
Had nothing to do with him.
So
it had absolutely nothing to do with him. And what happened, there have been charges and there have been things taken care of. And me as their parent has been taking care of that. And for him as Xander's father to sit there and say the things he's been saying about him is completely uncalled for. I'm sorry, what 16-year-old boy or girl out there has not sent a nude picture to their girlfriend or boyfriend? Who hasn't done it? It's gonna happen. Not saying that it's right, but it's gonna happen. They're teenagers. If they're sending it to younger kids or older people are asking for it, then yes, there's a problem, 100%. But a 16-year-old boy sending it to a 16-year-old girl when they're dating, not saying it's right, but who can honestly say they've never done that?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what we said on the show. Because I did see his stream of him saying that, and he was acting like that was, like, the worst thing ever done, and that's what I said here, is like, it sounds like he's doing what any other teenager's doing at his age, you know what I mean? Or texting like any other teenager.
Yeah, exactly. It's a teenage thing. It's gonna happen. And it is what it is.
When he accused me of that the day before I ran away, I looked at him, I told him, I was like, yeah, you're honestly gonna say that you haven't done that you can, and literally I was like, you can ask anybody that I go to school with, they've done it at least once. That's not okay, did it? And just hopped off. And I was like, wow.
But for him to bring up Xander's younger siblings, just 2 minutes. To bring up Xander's siblings, who I can say all of my kids are super, super close. And for him to sit there and say that thought even crossed his mind is disgusting, and he should. It's not okay.
Yeah, I don't know how someone can turn on their son, like their own son, so quick.
This is the second time he's disowned me, so hopefully it's the last time, because
I can say this, that after this interview and whatever's going on Friday, Tyke Tally will no longer have anything to do with Xander or Cannon for the rest of their lives. They'll be ghosts to him.
Good.
Plain and simple.
But I'll still have my streaming channels.
Tyke does not deserve these kids. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, he wow. Yeah, I've never seen someone talk about their own kid like an enemy like I've seen him do the past week. You know, it's almost like he was trying to destroy his own son on these live streams.
That's what he's trying to do.
Well, and if you look back, Tyke, I won't say anybody else, but Tyke tried to reach out to his biological father for years and was denied and denied and denied. And he was made fun of because his stepfather was a cross-dresser. And he was, he went through hell. And I'm not going to say that it was a good thing what happened to him, because anybody that has to live like that, that's horrible. But it's almost like he's trying to do the same things to his children that happened to him. Man up, be an adult, protect your kids, stand up for your kids, be gracious that your kids have some sense of morals or anything, and they have empathy. They have all these things that he doesn't know how to do. Be proud of them, not bash them.
Yeah, that was one, because you said that the kids have like good grades, right?
Yeah. Cannon is a 4.0 student.
Okay.
He may not admit it to anybody because he's the cool kid and all of this, but
The police are here right now.
they're good kids. I gotta go. The cops are here.
So you guys, this is exactly.
Well, we'll stay in the stream though.
But
Wow.
I have one question for you though, Isaac. One question.
What's up?
I know it's not true, but I gotta ask it anyways. Did you or did you not travel to Seaside, Oregon, and take a crap and smear it on the walls?
I knew this day would come when I would have to admit it.
Okay, wait. No, 1 second. Really quick, I have to say this. He is literally on the phone with the cops saying, "This has got to stop. You have to put a stop to this. She needs to stop." What, because he doesn't like us telling the truth of really the person he is?
Wow.
Okay, but you gotta answer that question, because I know everyone in your stream wants to know. So.
I want to say something, Sarah, before you walk away. I
she's
commend
gone.
you. Keep doing what you do.
Mom, he said keep doing
Well,
what
yeah,
you do.
we'll let her know.
Thank you.
I could confirm that no, I did not take a shit in his bathroom.
I believe you 100%, because who would travel from Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania, wherever you are, all the way to Oregon within 5 hours? That's not possible.
So I do have to say this. The cops haven't walked to the door, because I can literally, inside my house, hear him on speakerphone in the cop car saying, "Please make her stop, make her stop." What? Because he's too pussy enough to man up, be a man, step out of your kids' life, and let them be good kids and live a normal life. They can do that if he's gone.
I think he's more worried about the truth coming out about him.
He calls my work. He's tried to get me fired numerous times. The only thing is that, guess what, honey? You think I work at Denny's, but I don't.
Yeah, he's gotten her fired from Pandora's Box.
Called 3 different times. 3 different jobs I've gotten fired at. Well, so now I just say, "Oh, I work here." Yeah, he doesn't know where I work. Never will. But it's pretty sad that I have to make a fake job so he doesn't get me fired, so I can support his 2 kids that he owes. Oh wait, $25,000 in child support.
So you're trying to take care of the kids, and he's costing you jobs at this point.
Oh yes, 3 in the last 6 months.
Are you able to get a restraining order where if he even mentions your name or does any of this, he can be arrested?
I go in Tuesday. The officer that I talked to yesterday, because he put a hit out on our son.
Yeah, I seen that live.
So I called the cop, and they said, yeah, they recorded it all live because he's a piece of shit. And sorry, I'm a little worked up, so that came out.
No,
and
go ahead.
I apologize for my language.
No,
and
the show is called "Shut the Fuck Up and Listen," so you can swear as much as you want.
Go do it then. Go do it.
But yes, I've lost 3 jobs in the last 6 months trying to support our children, and him and Gina both have called and said.
Cops here.
Okay, but
Okay.
any questions for me and Cannon? I don't care what it is.
Yeah, how do you guys deal with this shit, man? I mean, we're seeing firsthand live what he does.
Yeah, what's going on? Yep.
Over there.
Okay, we'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Wow.
That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. The cops are there live right now because once again, this is as they have already told the story. As they said that he's always calling the cops on them for nothing. Once again, he is calling the cops on them, saying this needs to stop. They're not doing anything wrong. They haven't made any threats.
They're not
they haven't broken any laws.
Walking around their home, ranting and raving, threatening to kill themselves or cut themselves, and acting like they're sitting there calmly, having a conversation.
Yeah.
And the psychopath calls the police.
And being very, very respectful the entire time, you know. Wow.
Yeah, legitimately, they haven't went out of their way to bash him. They have just honestly answered the questions and honestly spoke their mind of what they've been going through from this crazy lunatic.
Yeah, no, I do see questions in the chat. People are saying, does he owe 54K or does he owe 25K? I'll ask her that when she comes back. I mean, she could have just got the number wrong because, I mean, obviously she's probably worked up right now. You know what I mean? I mean, she's probably really worked up. The cops are at the house. So I will ask her when she gets back on that. You know, what the actual number is. But holy shit. Oh, wow. What an abusive piece of shit. Like, seriously. I mean, but it's not like we didn't know this. You know what I mean?
Who the fuck calls the cops on their kids?
So nice right now. This is the nicest cop I've probably been with.
Well, they've probably been there enough over his stupid calls. I mean, they're probably cool with you guys at this point.
Yeah.
Ken, I am so sorry you have to deal with this.
It happened. Like, just my dad. Well, not my dad, my father.
Big Head in the chat says Isaac had a kid and came back with a banger. Yeah, yes, Gamer Boy, there are 394 witnesses that have just seen this go down live. Once again, Tyke calling the cops on, you know, his kids, Sarah, for no apparent reason. You know, like I said, I mean, he was streaming earlier, threatening to do a lot of different crazy things. And I said it on the show. You know, I said it seems like he's trying to silence them. He's trying his very best to do whatever he can to silence them. And that told me that there is something that he did not want you guys to either say or confirm. Yes. You know, there's something he doesn't want out, and now I see what it is. I mean, the constant abuse, the physical abuse, even throwing stuff at you, throwing stuff at Gina, even, which she's never going to admit to that live. I mean, she's never going to say that. You know what I mean? Oh wait, apparently we have Tyke's brother in the chat as well. Let me see. What did his brother have to say? Hold on. Time out. He said, "I'm Tyke's bro. Only a punk would run to kids for info. Call me Tyke's bro. Sad to see the kids hurt, and this dude just hurt the kids more. Call me if you want info." Call you if we want info. Is that really Tyke's brother? Who is that? Tallywhacker.
Yeah, that's the nickname that
Okay.
his is.
Okay. What is your guys' relationship with him?
I really like him, but I think he's pretty upset about how we're coming out live.
Okay.
And talking to people about it.
Okay. Well, here's the reason why they're live, Tallywhacker. When somebody like Tyke paints a picture about them on his stream, calls his own son a child molesting pedophile, calls them all types of piece of trash, and Sarah, who is an adult, mind you, talks bad about her, how bad of a mother she is, etc. Even tries to put a hit out on his son on his live stream. They can't clear their name by themselves. It's just one of those things that they can't do it. Now, you may not like it, but unfortunately, it's not your decision. So that's why this channel is called Be Our Guest. It's my channel.
Yeah, and
it's my decision.
Tallywhacker, here's what I got to say to you. You're a punk for watching all this go down and not stepping up for these children. True. You're a punk for knowing all this was going on for all of these years and not doing a damn thing about it.
Yeah, somebody should have stepped in a long time ago.
For sitting in this chat and calling other people a punk for giving these children a voice to finally stand up for themselves. I will say
this about my uncle, is that he's tried standing up for us. He's done standing up, he's been standing up for us. Tyke just doesn't listen to him. Tyke doesn't listen to anybody.
Tyke doesn't listen, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Tyke doesn't listen to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, Tallywhacker, to correct you, no, I did not run to them. They actually came to me. There was a troll account with my name in it that had one subscriber that went into the chat and said, "Hey, I want to do an interview with you." Was not me. Then I was contacted by somebody who said, "Hey, Tyke's kids want to do an interview with you." I actually was the one that said, "Hey, I don't feel comfortable doing an interview with kids. Is there an adult I can reach out to?" That's when I was given a phone number to their grandmother. So I spoke with the grandmother, and me and her had a conversation, and she said, "Yeah, I understand that you don't want to interview kids. They're minors. I can get you in touch with their mother, Sarah." And that's when Sarah called me tonight, and she said, "Hey, I'm calling about the interview. I just want to call and let you know I am giving you full permission to interview them. They need to get their story out. They need to get their truth out, and I will be on there with them." And I said, "Okay, we'll make it happen." She also even thanked me, and she said, "Hey, you're the first person that has ever actually went to bat like this and tried to get our side of the story out there, and I appreciate that." All of these people only know one side of the story, so you have to understand, when people know one side of the story, they already have a preconceived mindset on who these people are without even hearing them out. And they don't have the ability to get their story out and speak to this many people, like other people do. I mean, I'm not saying Tyke gets a lot of views, because he doesn't. I mean, he gets next to nothing with views, let's be honest. But when it comes down to it, Tyke is able to completely manipulate what is going on. He's able to completely, just completely manipulate things that are happening, and people are going to seriously really only believe him. Brent, you were warned about that. Your wrench is taken.
And Mr. Tallywhacker, if you would have been here earlier, you would have realized that Sarah is also part of this interview. Is part of this.
That is correct. Yeah,
their mother.
She's dealing with the cops right now because of Tyke.
But your bro called the police on his own children. And that's why she is not currently sitting in the frame and you watching her on this live stream. So before you come in somewhere and start calling people punks for giving these children and their mother a voice to speak out against what their father is doing to them, why don't you go over to his live stream and tell him what a punk he is instead?
Yes. Yes, and make sure you have the whole story. No, I did not contact them. I was contacted. And I'll be damned if I sit back and I let somebody call their son a child molester, talk about the mother, talk about his kids, and just sit back and let it happen without giving them a voice to respond accordingly to clear their own name. I mean, let's be honest, Tallywhacker. What would you have rather me done? Nothing? Let people think, whatever they want about these kids. Let them believe the stories that Tyke has told. Let them believe that this kid molested somebody. Of course, we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to just sit back and actually allow that. Period.
Tallywhacker, you're his brother. Why don't you go smack some fucking sense into him?
Yeah, somebody needs to. Somebody needs to.
My uncle has tried to do it, but doesn't happen.
So right now, what are the cops saying right now?
Saying that I have to end my live stream because technically, with my stream, it's I'm poking the bear because he had the cops come last night also, or we called the cops last night because we called the cops on him last night because he put a hit out on him.
Okay.
Huh?
So last night you also had to deal with this. You had to call the cops on him for putting the hit out on you. And yes, people listening, yes, you heard that right. Tyke, he did this live. I've seen it. He put a hit out on his fucking son. So yes, you heard that right.
He said this is. I'll say word for word what he said, guys. He said, "I got cash in hand right now for anyone that lives in the Dalles, Oregon, Dallasport, Washington, or that even goes to Lyle's school to beat the shit out of Xander." Word for word what he said.
Wow.
That is what he said. But yeah, the cop told me to end my stream because it's like poking a bear with a stick and just feeding into him. So, but I had to end. I ended my live stream, but he said that I'm allowed to still do the interview just as long as I'm not live.
No, he's all right. Everything's okay.
Okay.
Just asking what the cops.
They did a welfare check to make sure the kids were in one piece and safe. Because the man that put a hit on my kids is calling to do a welfare check on them. How does that make sense?
Yeah, well, and plus on top of that, he knows that they're fine because I know for a fact he's watching. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So do I.
Not again.
I think he was just hoping that that you guys would not talk or that you would stop talking. Because what you guys have said so far on this stream and what you guys have put out, with this whole situation is something that I don't think he wanted out. There are people that will support him very little. I mean, let's be honest. Tyke gets on a good day, 60 people in a stream. Maybe a little bit more if there's more drama. You know what I mean? And out of those, only about 5 of them actually give a damn.
And when he mentions your name, he gets about 130 people in there. But
okay, so yeah, that is true. That is true. Would you say? Okay, because I remember for a while he was off YouTube, right? He was off YouTube. I believe he was on Facebook at the time. And I remember him streaming with you guys in the truck and whatnot. Were things even a little bit better when he wasn't on YouTube?
Wait, say that again, sorry.
Yeah, when he was off YouTube, some months back, way in the past. when he was off YouTube and he would do videos with you guys in the truck and whatnot, and be streaming with you guys, were things even a little bit better with him like being off of YouTube, like where his focus was on his family, or was it like the same bullshit just behind the scenes?
No, it was same. It was because he was doing live Facebook feeds, so it was the same thing, but instead of YouTube, he was bouncing to Facebook. So it was literally the exact same thing, just he wasn't doing it on different platforms. So
even when he wasn't on YouTube, he still wasn't focused on his family. Like all this stuff was still happening. The yelling, the screaming, the violence, all of that was still happening.
Absolutely.
And he did that to his other 2 daughters.
Yeah,
and Friday, whatever Xander has going on, I don't know, but this is it. After this week, there's no more Tyke. There's no more Life of Tyke. There's no more anything like that at all. He will be ghosted out of my kids' life, but I'm going to let them get their story out. But I also would like to stand up for my 2 stepdaughters. And yes, they are my stepdaughters. He has abused them. He lost his custody rights to them. He got in trouble for sticking a Q-tip in one of them. I won't mention any names because whatever.
Okay, wait a minute.
But
wait.
all of this stuff
A
that
Q-tip
he says.
What?
Wait.
I don't know if it happened or not for sure, but I do know that he got in trouble for cleaning her with a Q-tip. She was 6 months old.
Wow.
He wants to blast Xander and he wants to say all these mean things, but honestly, he needs to check himself. Everything he's saying about the boys is literally himself. He's telling his own story in accusing the boys and everybody else of what they're doing. Nobody's doing these things because he's a liar and a manipulator. He's just telling his own life story and the kind of person he is.
Okay. So, I know that you said that you can't say 100% for sure if it happened or not, but when you say he got in trouble for this, what type of trouble was it?
Through CPS. There was a report made through CPS. I don't know any further because it happened before I started dating him.
Okay. So it was investigated. You just don't know if the findings were unfounded or what the findings were.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, apparently he's live on another channel. I'm not going to say the name of that channel, but apparently he's live right now trying to get someone to buy him a one-way ticket to Charleston, South Carolina so he can, I guess, kill Michael. I don't know what Michael has.
I just got a notification saying that he was live, so.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what he goes from calling the police, which we just witnessed live, to asking people to give him money for a one-way ticket to Charleston, South Carolina, so he can go kill Michael. Which I don't know what Michael has to do with any of this in his mind, but
right.
Wow.
And that's the whole thing. Is he sits there and he's like trying to hurt people. And I've had people from all over the United States messaging me, and I have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I remember.
I have attorneys.
He had attorneys calling showing up to your job, right?
Yes.
I remember watching that.
And
live.
I have attorneys calling me and telling me that they will go to court with me to protect me because of all this crap he's saying that are literally some of it, like my use and the kids being in care. Yes, those are true. But all this other crap is like, what the hell is he talking about?
Wow. Yeah, wow. So now I clearly see why he didn't want you guys speaking. I mean, I didn't want to get too much into this. But what I will say is before this, well, not before the stream, but before you guys came on, for a while, he kept going live threatening suicide, saying that if you guys spoke that he was going to do this. He was on video with like a gun in his mouth. He was cutting himself on a live stream.
Which we have to call.
What?
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell the cop.
Yeah. He was really trying to like not let this happen. You know what I mean? And I had actually said on the stream, I was like, listen, I'm not going to play his game of control and manipulation. I'm not going to do that.
Right. Absolutely.
That's a manipulation tactic he uses, to try to get his way on things. And here we are. Obviously, you guys are here. He hasn't done anything. He's still streaming. He's still running his mouth. He's still calling the cops.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So it's that whole thing of I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that was hoping that I would say like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to bring them on because Tyke's going to do this, but that's not going to happen. Like I said, I thought that you guys, fully deserve the chance to get your side of the story out. To tell people what's really going on, what you've been going through, what you've been dealing with for so long, and some of the stuff that we found out is sad, heartbreaking. I feel bad that you guys have had to go through this. I mean, it seems like you guys have went through hell with him. You know what I mean? As a father, he should be there, to take care of you, teach you things, guide you through life, be there for you, be a father figure. You know what I mean? I have 4 kids. I just had a daughter born on Valentine's Day, and
yes, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, and I would be damned if I was never there for my kids. I would be damned if I was never taking care of my kids. And I would be damned if I ever turned on my own children the way I have seen him do this past week. It just shows that he cares about nobody but Tyke,
Yeah.
And I think in his head, I think that he feels him being on YouTube like almost like he's famous. Like
yes.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's almost like he thinks that he's famous and that he's trying to protect his name on YouTube. Even if he needs to throw his own family and throw his own son under the bus to do so.
Well, and I think genuinely, and I've said this for years, I genuinely think in his head, he thinks that what he's doing is right. And what he's doing, he thinks he loves his kids. But I don't believe he knows how to. He doesn't know what love is. So he doesn't know how to love his kids and protect his kids. And I genuinely think that he makes these thoughts up and he's like, oh, what if this is happening? So I'm going to protect my kids. I think in his head, but he just doesn't know how to. He doesn't know. Because he believes his own lies and then it just builds and builds and builds and...
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow. Well, as we come to a close, let me first say this. If you guys ever have anything else that you want to talk about or anything else you want to say, all you gotta do is hit me up. And, I have no problem letting you guys come on here and, speak your piece.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure he's going to say more about you within the next 24 to 48 hours. I'm sure of it, because that's just who he is. And if you guys ever, want a chance to rebuttal, you always have a spot here on this show.
Thank you very much.
Also, Xander, I will give you an opportunity to plug your channel as well.
Guys, go like and subscribe to my channel. It's just all caps, Xander Tally. I do random videos, Fortnite, chilling, anything.
Probably a lot more entertaining than his gaming videos.
Oh, see him.
Do what?
I said they're probably a lot more entertaining than his gaming videos.
Yeah, right.
I've seen his gaming videos.
It's an actual gaming video.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Tyke actually never really gamed when he was on his PlayStation 4.
Yeah, no, it's a real gaming video. He drives down the racetrack and all that. You know, he does it for real.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I just want to say, Sarah, I commend you for staying so strong with dealing with all of this mess. I know it's just got to be totally mind-boggling for the things that you go through on a daily basis and the things that you have said about you and what you're going through. So I absolutely commend you on that, and don't change what you're doing. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. For Xander and Cannon, make sure that you are always there for each other, because nobody fully understands what you're going through except each other. Nobody knows the struggle you're going through like your brother knows. So always make sure you're there for each other. Stay strong. Keep the unit going. You guys are wonderful people. I am truly sorry that you are going through all this. Try to avoid as much of the nonsense he throws your way, but yet on the other hand, kind of be aware, stuff like him trying to, hire people to come beat you up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you have to be looking over your shoulder, but stuff like that you have to be aware is happening.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And one thing about what he just said, everyone thinks that me and Cannon fight all the time. When we do videos and if we are yelling at each other, it's how we get along. Literally our whole lives, we've thrown hands a couple times and then we hug each other afterwards. It's
Or
just
your brother.
how me and him get along.
They're typical teenagers.
But to the boys, I just like to add this. Coming from an abusive home with an abusive stepfather, try not to let this affect how you look at everybody else, because not everybody's a piece of shit. But do think about, how you feel for when you have kids. It'll go a long way in developing a relationship with them that's way stronger than what you have with your father. That's about the best advice I can give you. Like, just try to put it in the past. Try not to think about it. I know it's going to be hard to do, but that's how I handled it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for the advice.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Well, listen. I appreciate you guys from joining us today. It sucks that you guys got to go through this. It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, we just witnessed it live with him calling the cops on you. Like, that shit happened while we were live. So he can't, it's not like he can deny it. Like, that shit happened while we were here.
Yeah.
Stay strong and never let them kids around him again. I mean, he does not deserve them. Ever.
Never will happen ever again.
All right. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys being on. And Xander, I'll hit you up after the show on Facebook about something about your channel, okay?
All right. And I got to say, # guest mob, guys.
All the way guest mob.
Welcome to Guest Mob.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later.
All right, man. See ya.
Have a good one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That was... Yeah.
One side of the coin, I'm totally blown away. And the other side of the coin, it's obvious that he is a total